Shalom, this is Mayhun from the Father's channel. This is about the guys, the people who said that all 12 tribes are Negroes. Some may be Israelites, some may be not, or they might all be Israelites. Well, anyways, um, all so-called African Americans and all Israelites should have the so-called Neanderthal gene. The Neanderthal is supposed to be a primitive human being before the Homo sapiens, and these human beings came out of Africa and moved to the Europe and to the Caucasus Mountains, where they stayed there for some time, and then soon later they got extinct. But really, actually, the Neanderthal is really the white man. Okay, the white man's ancestors, and he is a Neanderthal himself. And many people, I believe, who said that all 12 tribes are Negroes know this, that the Neanderthal is the white man or the white people. But for some reason, they said that all 12 tribes are Negroes, and they all look like Africans. Well, as you see, the progenitor of the white race and the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel came out of the same womb in Genesis 25:25. The Neanderthal Esau, and Genesis 25:26, Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, who became Israel later on, okay, and is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. So all so-called African Americans or so-called Negroes should have the Neanderthal gene, and I'm going to show you some pics. Okay, black men with hair, a lot of hair on their bodies. But before I do, I'm going to read Genesis 25:25 and Genesis 25:26. Genesis 25:25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So we know by reading this passage, Genesis 25:25, that the first came out red all over, all over. It seems like the guys who say all 12 tribes are niggers don't even know what all over means. But say all over like a hairy garment. So you put on a hairy garment on somebody, it'll cover their whole body. Well, that's how Esau came out. And the Neanderthals, which have been changed throughout time, came out, are depicted as white people with hair like apes. And we have an evolution chart. The evolution chart shows of a primitive human-like creature that's like a monkey that as time went by it develops into a white man, and that's the finished product, and the white man has no hair on his body whatsoever. The Neanderthals are supposed to be once again a primitive human being before the Homo sapiens. The Homo sapiens is modern day man. Okay, now Genesis 25:26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Now, I go by them in the camps because common sense, they are ex-slaves, and they have to go through the white man's system. All guys who are born in the United States should fit Deuteronomy 28:68. Okay, out of Deuteronomy 20:64, and out of the scriptures I'm going to show later in another video that Judah went to the four corners of the earth. Out of them, the slaves that came to America are going to be put on the sign. The others that are going to be dispersed are not going to be put on that sign because they don't fit Deuteronomy 20:68. But as you read, the first one came out red all over like a hairy garment, and then the brother came out and had took a hold of Esau's heel. So they are twins. Now they don't need to be identical twins to share the same DNA, but they share the same DNA, and most likely they came into the womb as sperm at the same time. So now let's go and take a look. Just some scrolling. Okay. Okay, you see the picture. I don't know if you can see it very well, but you can see, well, one of them might be an Edomite or a mixed African American or Puerto Rican, depends. But we're gonna skip this one. And you see the hair on this guy right here. He's a so-called African American, most likely. Take a look, and that might be him right here in the second picture. No, that's somebody else. And see the hair on his body? It's just showing you that these men have the Neanderthal gene, because Neanderthal genes should have hair. They share the same genes. You can't say all 12 tribes are Negroes, man. No, you gotta go by scriptures, what it says. The first one came out red all over like a hairy garment. Then his brother came out. Okay, and see the hair on his bodies of these men. Okay, women, they usually shave or don't have that much hair on their bodies. Then you go Genesis 25:25. See, hair all over like a hairy garment on these men right here. Okay. And look, hair on their bodies as well. They come out the same womb. Edomites, most likely Edomites. Okay, modern day Edom. And Neanderthal is Esau. Hairy all over like a hairy garment. Okay. Genesis 25:25. Okay, these are Edomites. See how a lot of hair on their bodies. Now here comes I don't know if you can see clear of one of these men right here. This guy I'm showing you. See, he got hair on his chest, and you can't see no hair on him. I guess he clean shaved. And this man right got hair on him. I'm just showing you that these men also have the Neanderthal gene, but they're less hairy than their counterparts. See, hair on his body. See hair on him, the Neanderthal gene. See, a lot of guys who say that all 12 tribes are Negroes like to add the Neanderthal gene. Oh, the Hispanics and Puerto Ricans have the Neanderthal gene. They have the monkey DNA. Well, of course they should have the monkey DNA and the Neanderthal gene, since the Neanderthal and the monkey DNA came from Israel. Do they know how to read anything? No, they don't know how to read scriptures. They don't know human history. These men in camp should know the same thing, and they should know the same thing as the men in camps. We are in captivity together. We don't supposed to have separate educations. See, Genesis 25:26. Okay, some of them maybe can be tares. Maybe they all are Israelites. And then you got a guy right here. He might be Edom. I say might because sometimes a black person is not always a black person, and a white person is not always a white person. But I can tell these are Edomites. See, this Edom might have a condition, covered hair all over. Esau didn't have that condition. His body was just covered with hair, but this man got his body with a lot of hair. Esau just had more. See, these are only some pictures of some whites, and they could be more later on, or maybe not. Well, yeah, maybe more. I might make another video. See, hair on their bodies. I think I'm gonna find some pictures of Africans. I think Africans have little to no body hair because they are from Ham, and I think the Neanderthal gene came from Shem. That's why the Chinese and Japanese should also have the Neanderthal gene. I see. When you come into the truth, you got to have a supreme education and know who you're talking to. Because you come here all 12 times are Negroes and then trying to put your beliefs on somebody else, like they should know your beliefs as well. You know, you're not going to, you're going to be in another world. That's not true. See, and the first one came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, and his brother came out, so they should share the same genes, according to the flesh. Genesis 25:26, and after that came his brother out. See how you say his brother out? After that came his brother out. His brother came out. Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment. Then his brother came out the same womb. How all 12 tribes are Negroes, huh? And Israelites don't share the Neanderthal gene. Hey, I'm on this earth for 51 years. My education starts from the 70s. There was no camps at that time. You can't come over here with that. Yes, some are going to look different. They're going to hate you, the 10 tribes. But that's how it is. We all curse. And they ain't going to look the same. I'm sorry. And we're going to show you, and I just showed you, we got men from most likely the tribe of Judah. See, it went, hell, show you again. See? They said, The guy said all 12 tribes are Negroes. The Hispanics and Puerto Ricans, they part white because they have the Neanderthal genes, and they relate and they genes and they Caucasians. They put us Caucasian. Well, you are a Caucasian too, you dumbass. Because I just read two scriptures. You came from the womb, the same womb. So you share the same DNA. According to the flesh. And I'm talking about the flesh, not the spirit. The spirits are two different nations. According to the flesh, okay? And your flesh is going to be stronger through the spirit. And so forth and so on. Anyways, I'm out and talk to you again.